Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream on twitch.tv/Asuma. That's where the stream is happening, that's the place to go. And we got bananas in chat from I Love Cats, Ollie95XZ, JG424, Alien Explorer, Ems Kawu, James, B Drew 27, Tassarov, Diashemi, Verizon, Omega, Ebank 2000, thank you for bananas, as well as the real boy 3102. Maddie Boy H 2003, Sir Munoz, Montius, Tech Guy 1 Bazillion, I don't know how many zeros are there, and Swiss X Piplup and Ouija Ben and Cuplex. Thank you for all the bananas, appreciate it ever so much, peeps. It means that we are live. And we've also, what is that I'm looking at there? Like the last subscribe I have is different to the name up here. Honey for the Queen Bee. I do not recall a honey for the Queen. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with that. Welcome back, everyone. Steven says, how are you? I'm good, thanks for asking, my friend. Let's pop onto the server. Cinti191 says, how do I use my Prime while I'm watching on an iPhone? I don't know, man. I don't know. Not the best place to go is to the official help/support area of the website. PaperXCat says, you absolutely forgot your cup of tea last time. Did I? I remember having, it wasn't a cup of tea, it was a cup of something else, but I had a hot drink, a hot bevy, if that's what you're on about. And let me bring up my notes. First thing we're going to do is go, yeah, we'll make some, alright, yeah, I know what we're going to do, peeps. Let's type in modifier, I believe. There it is, that'll give us what we want. We got a resubscribe for 4 months in a row from AMAIM81 saying, hey Asuma, please tell Dear Shemi to go study now. Dear Shemi, if you're listening, alright, step away from Twitch and go and study, alright? Asuma's orders, you hear me? I'm messing about. You're free to do what you want, but it sounds like you have to go study. Crazy Lazy says, let's get ready for several deaths. Maybe, but maybe not. Like, it depends what we're getting up to. Dying is not a regular thing on my streams, is it? Maybe it is. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, that's going to be expensive, isn't it? Well, there we go. We can make that now. See, it's actually the second one that's the most expensive in a way. However, my gold farm is now chunk loaded and... yes, that is a good sight. 1k gold nuggets means it's been working a lot. I don't like that we use the skeleton skull. That is the rarer of the skulls that I have. Britt Dillard says I'm in school right now. In school, on your phone, just watching a bit of Minecraft stream, no problem. No problem about it. Let's go sleep in a bed. If we can. Cloud Bear Gaming says, what's going on, X? What are you up to? We just started streaming and we're going to be doing all sorts of little bits and bobs to begin with. I crafted those things because we're going to make some modifications. Some modifications to some weapons in another dimension. There is Iskal. Hey Iskal. Stream says hi. Hi. No apology for caps. So he's all sorry caps. Today it's no apology for my capital letters. Let's go to the Wither dimension. Iskal says hi everyone. Braden Hogg says good episode today X. Thank you my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Culp says use a diamond spike on the Wither Skull farm. I've had so many comments about that. And if we did that, we wouldn't get as many heads from it. So there's the experiments that I want to do here. I've also come to the wrong place. Like... yeah, this isn't actually the one that I wanted to add modifiers to, I think. I don't know, can anyone tell me where we get the purple slime from? Because with the purple slime, we might be able to do something very interesting. I wanted to craft a timer actually here first. What about the Wren Diggity Dog? What about the Wren Diggity Dog? Chat says hi, Wren. Let's go back to the base. Matty Boy H says, oh my god, I'm playing Hermitcraft on my computer too. Awesome. That's good, I hope you're enjoying the pack. So, Abysmal Anti-Mage says Slime Island, so does Glade Guy. Is it a case then, can you tell me? Oh, purple slime comes from purple slime trees. How, Montius? Because the only thing it seems to drop... Let's type in slime here and see what we get. The only thing it seems to drop is... Well, you can get purple leaves from it. Now, does that have a use? Oh, they do. But not what I'm looking for, I think. Right. So when it comes to these things here, the only way to make them is like that. And I don't want to do bees. So yeah, I kind of like, what's going on, you know? Like, how do we get them? There are new purple slime islands. Okay, so maybe it's a case of exploring. King slime is a rare drop from the slime leaves despawning. King slime, let's have a look there then. King slime. Doesn't appear to be a king slime. Is there a way to play this pack, says Roguezell? Yeah, the pack is not private, it's a public pack. You're free to play it if you want. Let's go and chuck these things back in there. What we're looking for is... We needed to go to another dimension, then I had an idea. Yes, it's to make a timer. And that is the exact timer that I want to make. We might need to make the thing in the middle and the thing at the top. So let's just make a few of those. Save ourselves some hassle in the future. Same for these. Since they stack, chuck them in there. Okay, and now we've got a timer. That's something that I want to investigate in the previous world. We can also investigate it in the next world. Now we'll go back to the wither one, actually, I think. Nope, before we do that, let's bring some blocks with us. Make sure we've got some blocks to place with us. Cuplig says, purple slime spawn from purple slime water. You can bucket it up and make a farm. Interesting. Okay, so there's some interesting info coming in. We've got to find that water first, though, is the thing that I'm struggling with. Where's some stone? There it is. Very good. Off to the dimension we go. Kiss World Order says, Hermitpack is awesome. I'm loving it. I'm glad you are. Luke Antonor says, you need to find a purple slime island. Okay, so it sounds like we need to do a little bit of exploration for that. Why did I need... Oh, I remember why I needed purple slime. For a second there I forgot, like, okay, now why did I want that stuff again? And then I remembered. Okay, this conduit is sort of in the way. So, if we power the block below it, it in theory powers... Do you know what? I'm not going to take any risks here. If I break this block... Man, it's so laggy, that thing. Right, and we place... Ooh. Hi, where did you go? Right, we place that there, and we get this thing to... So that's 1 a second, okay? So we will set this to pulse. I want to see if it can do this faster. So I'm going to actually set that to 10. Okay, so twice a second now. Right, so the wither skeleton's going to fall down. I'm not sure if that's going faster. It's definitely doing a good job. No complaints. Let's set it to about 5 then. I think it's going faster than it did with redstone on, or always on was the one. So right, we've got to count the pace here. This is not the most terribly exciting thing I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then with pulse, it seems about the same, to be fair. It seems about the same. Okay, we've investigated that. That's just something I wanted to check out, so we can leave it alone. That's all I wanted to know. What you need in a situation like this is to turn that magnet off nice and easy without having to put it in your hotbar. Right, okay, I guess we're done with this then. Cloudbear Gaming says, X, get a new PC or upgrade your current one, then you could play Hermitcraft much smoother. Yeah, I probably could, but it seems like a bit of a waste to just get a new computer just for this. I think I want to get a new computer in just over a year, because then it would have lasted 4 years, and that's really getting like some good life out of it. Right, so let's chuck these things up there. And then these ones get trashed. I mean, all of that was being done automatically, but this magnet is super efficient. Okay, so now we're going to go to a different dimension and we're going to grab something from it. JG says, Hermitpack does work on FTB launcher. I'm on Linux where Curse is not available at this time, so I was forced to try it on FTB. Well, there you go. It is released on the FTB launcher, so that kind of makes sense. We'll go here to the Assumer's Mob Farm dimension. Live Forever says, how is the house coming along? Really good, actually. I decided to put all of the boxes into one room because They've been lying around for a long time as things that I needed to sort out. And then I kind of realised that I've got a lot of stuff that I don't really feel like throwing away, but I've got no use for. So it was sort of pointless to some extent to keep the stuff. Well, until I know I want to use it, right? So I just put everything like into one room, and now the house looks a lot more livable. There's less boxes around. An emerald? Where did we get that from? Right, now the thing I actually came here for is inside of here. We're going to go and upgrade this. So now there's going to be a lot. We should disable the spawners, otherwise there might be some issues here. This place is chunk loaded. In we go. Disabled, never active is the one. Oh, and I forgot about this as well. How much are these using? 8,000, so 16,000 RF per tick is being used over here as well. Oh, this one doesn't have an exit yet. DB spawn. Is this pack available to download? Says Stooby-Doo. Yes, it is. To anyone watching, it always gets asked to anyone watching. It's available for download. It's a public pack. What's the music? It's awesome, says Nikki. It's a rang. It's written in the bottom right of your screen if you want to look at that and see the song name, see the artist. Catman says, hello X, what's the plan for today? To do lots of odds and sods. We've got loads of errands to run. So what we're going to do is, again, going to chuck some things away here. Right, so we're going to add some modifiers. And what I like about this is you can do all of them at once. So we're going to add 3 modifiers to this thing. Sweet. And then what do we want to put on it? Because it's killing those pigmen good, but we want it to kill them quicker. Fortune would obviously be a good one. Using up 3 levels of fortune straight away, I think we can wait. We're almost at the next XP level. I think we should put in some quartz, which I've got a lot of at the moment. So we take it up 1 sharpness level. What does that do for its damage? I was about to say, it might be a cool idea to put unbreakable on these ones, you might think, and then replace some of the materials with something that would make it do more damage, but it's hard to get modifiers on these ones. So we go from... Right, we go up like 1 point. It's not a lot really, is it? And I believe there's still more to be put in there. Oh, quite a lot more actually. Actually, did it use... Oh, it used up our extra modifier. It's the one thing I didn't want it to do, and it did it. Maybe we should get Fortune 1 on there before we lose another one. So let's grab some lapis. We might also need a little bit more quartz. There we go. Sir Fox says, hey X, did you know that... Oh, thank you very much for the nice message, buddy. Also, did you bring your tea? I've got my tea, and that's a tea reminder if ever I've heard of one. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, there you go. So that's 1 extra level, and now this will only use partial amount of it. There we go. So now we've got, like, a little bit of extra drops from the luck, and we do 9.46 attack damage. Seems a little less. Wait, looting? What do we get looting from? Oh, because it's fortune. Yeah. Okay, right. Put these things away, and we get to put that back, and then we'll check what's on our list. Before we go there, though, we have a new subscriber. It is Golden TNT MSD 14. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it, Golden TNT. I like that. And also QT314 Kitten resubscribing for 2 months in a row, saying, oh, finally figured out how to get this displayed. Thanks for the great streams, and hi Iskal. Iskal, if you're watching, QT Kitten says hi. And we've also got a resubscribe for 8 months in a row from Gecko Games, saying doesn't feel like 8 months. Boy, do I know that feeling. I've been doing this for 5 years. Doesn't feel like 5 years, feels like 1. That's how things go, though, right? Hi. Time to turn off the magnet, quick. Jeez, if I'm going to be in this area, we've got to turn that sucker off. Right. So the vacuum hopper can get all of these amazing things. Actually, it's not going to get rid of those. We got those from those other baddies, didn't we? Yeah, that looks like all of it. Cool, I'm forever doing this in this game, just like deleting stuff that you pick up. Cool, and oh yep, that's it, they've all been killed because it's turned off. We can turn it back on now. It'll be there for a while until it gets another level up. Always active. I don't feel like it was probably enough though. Like it's had 3 extra modifiers. It's killing them a little bit quicker. Yeah, I think that's probably going to make a decent difference, but it still needs to be more efficient in my opinion. Ashia is a nerd, says, I brewed some tea to drink with you today, X. That's another tea reminder. I already forgot, didn't I? I started reading chat again. Jeez. Right, it's time for me to bring up the list, which has gone all the way to the bottom. Oh, and then it shuffled itself around all the way to the bottom of my open tabs. There we go. You can't see what I'm doing there because it captures the game directly. Sometimes I'm doing stuff on my PC. You know when you press Alt and Tab and you got a list of all the windows you got open? It shuffled itself around while I was trying to get to it. So, yeah, okay, so we've investigated 2 things out of our list. That's cool. And what do I want to do next? I think I'd like to do some exploring at the beginning of this stream. So let's grab this thing. Let's also press J. Oh, we need to go outside for this and look at our journey map. Should have used Smite upgrade, says Zang. You're absolutely right, because it would have been built for purpose. Maybe what we'll do later on is swap it with another one. You're absolutely right, should have used Smite. Jeez. Patrick Soup says, X, you should reinstate the MOTD on stream so that you don't have to answer people's questions repeatedly. Let's look at the MOTD. You see, the MOTD is a little bit funky to edit. What I have to do is copy and paste it into something. Oh, what was that? That did not work. Oh. No, you're making error sounds at me. Give me a second, peeps. We're going to update this thing because apparently it's something I should do. So that's all good. I'm going to change that one. And then we're good. Right. Bear with me a second, just type in a message. Hermitpack. Okay, Hermitpack is a public mod pack. That means you can play it too. Right, I should have done that before we started. Bam, there you go, you got an MOTD there. Right, it's going to cycle through a few messages. And what are we doing now? We're going in search. So I came out here to press J. We're going to sip some tea as well. So we're looking for a purple slime island. Are these like super rare? Because I don't want to do this for a long time. I guess we could visit ones and then look for the purple slime blobs on them. Because there's trees usually. Now we'd save ourselves a ton of time if we knew that there's one we'd already actually seen. None there, none there. Oh! Cancel that, I must have clicked on something. Right, I'm not seeing anything here. Or there. These are all the places I've explored. That one looks purplish, but isn't. Hey, I wonder if you can, like, see the purple blocks. Look, you can see I reckon they're the blocks that you pick up. So let's have a look for another one. That is a purple one! Oh, it's a purple one. That's where we're heading right now, peeps. That's where we're heading right now. How do I make a waypoint? Hi. Waypoints. Geez, we gotta remember the coordinates. Let's close that. So, what are we looking at? Is there... Aha, at the very bottom of my screen it says 900 and Z 400. Or 370. So let's... Can I add? Can I add one, please? New. There we go. So, what was it? 900 and then 370. Or 375. Perp. We're going to call it Perp. Actually, we'll just call it Purple. Save. Yes. Amazing. Right. Where are we going? Where's the Perp? To the Perp, peeps. To the Perp. Oh, apparently double-clicking would have done it. Well, chat has a little bit of a delay, peeps, so there you go. I catch up with it a little bit later. Matty Boy says you need to get a mining laser from Industrial Crafts. Do I? What do I need a mining laser for? I don't need that to explore, do I? We're going to go get some purple bits. Purple slimes, that's it. The Champ says waypoints are so useful. They are, aren't they? They're super useful. Monk Chris says, did you know that Crinkle's uploaded a new album? Soundtrack of a Box 18, just trolling. Are you trolling or are you saying that he uploaded a new one? I don't understand, but I would very much like to listen to his next one. Boom! Purple Slime Island. Hello. Here we are. Yes! That's incredible. That is incredible. I'm going to pick up some of this grass as well while I'm at it. Oh, and there's some green slimy trees. And apparently the slimes like to spawn in there. Hey, look, the water isn't affecting me, which it usually does in a really bad way. Is my magnet on? Let's turn the magnet on. That's going to make life easier right now. Sam Rapp says, X, you should have made a waypoint to purple too. I did to purple too. I made a waypoint to purple. Did you know? Oh wait, I've read that message. Paper X Cat says, to the Perp Cave, transition from Batman. We could call it the Perp Cave, but it's in the sky. It's not underground. It doesn't stop us from calling it that, right? Hey look, this stuff is just super easy instant mine right here. Don't worry if you're picking up other stuff as well. We're getting the job done. Excellent. We're going to take these trees with us. We're going to take a few leaves and some saplings, and then we've got more slimy stuff to work with. Nice. Yeah, I was looking for the slimes, saplings dropping down, then I realised, wait a minute, they're right on top of us. Cool. Alright, job well done. Now we can head back. That's cool. We got a donation here, Noise in the Ear from I Love Cats, saying Spanish Inquisition. Aha! Weren't expecting that, were you? I actually wasn't expecting the Spanish Inquisition as it goes. Hope you're having a great day. I am having a great day. Thank you for wishing well upon thee. I wish well upon thee too. Right, let's go like that. Yuri Master says, hey X, do you know if Magical Crops is in the pack? And if so, you should make Zivico armor because you can fly around without using grid power, and it's probably as good as the dark armor. Good to know. Good to know that there's other alternatives, but I'm just going to, do one thing at a time, really. MBSFF says, hey Asuma, will you try the PSI mods? I don't know what that is. Hopefully I can get around to a lot of the mods over time, but I'm just sort of doing things a bit at a time now. Crazy Tom says, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Not even the Spanish Inquisition expects the Spanish Inquisition. That's the level of unexpectedness we're dealing with. Right, luckily for me, I know where I'm going here. There's me gaff, there's me place. Nice. How very convenient. Thank you, Wand. Are you being recharged automatically? You're already recharged. OP, I say. OP. OP to you and have a nice day. Right, that is fantastic that we got that stuff. That's another thing that was on my list. I wanted to go pick up the purpley stuff. Very cool. Let's see what's else on there. So we could work on our storage area down below. We could do some crafting. We could do some buildy stuff, which I really need to do, but I'm just not in the mood because I've got a feeling I'll get it all wrong. And then there's a couple of other things. I'll tell you what. We'll organise our dimensions maybe. I don't know, I was doing this earlier, that's kind of boring. No, we'll work on the storage area down below. I think that really needs some attention. Yes, so we have a resubscribe for 8 months in a row from Avid Nightly. Thank you for resubscribing, appreciate the support. And a new subscriber with FPS Dogi 1. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my friend. Right, it is time for us to clear up the inventory a little bit. We might need that thing. We're going to go down below and we are going to work on our storage area, which means basically to begin with breaking a lot of stuff as it goes. The reason I want to do this instead of working on... Oh, actually, I tell you what. There is a bit of buildy stuff in here. I think the stone has to go. I don't think the stone really suits this place very much, but all of this is going to go. Oh my goodness me, the lag when you break blocks in this base is crazy. Braden Hogg says, please read X. I think you should make a modded episode, but instead of building, you fight loads of the hermit bosses. Say in chat if you agree. I want to do some of the hermit bosses. Doing them all in one episode would probably be pretty cool actually, but I think it'd take a long time to collect all the stuff, so I'm just going to do them as I find them because there's some projects that I want to do. I'm not going to do an episode on modded. You guys probably have no idea, but like modded is different, and it's not like vanilla. You can't just like plan an episode because you constantly run into problems. Today, like there was like 4 different things that I tried to do, and each one of them failed. Like in a, oh, this isn't behaving how it should do, or something unexpected has happened, you know. Most of it was like bugginess. One of them was just a lack of understanding, like because nothing follows the vanilla principle. It doesn't play like the vanilla game. If you want to do something with a different mod, you have to learn how that mod works and how that author has put it together, as opposed to, okay, this thing is in Minecraft, therefore it works like Minecraft does. There's all sorts of extra things that you have to know about, and it's very difficult to learn by trial and error because there's very little clue as to what goes wrong. As I say this though, it must be quite similar to playing Minecraft for the first time, because there's no instruction book with Minecraft. Everyone's just got to figure it out for themselves. That was kind of the charm of the game as well, right? Troger says you have 1.5k diorite, please burn it. We should make like a diorite dimension and then gift it to Iskall and like lock him in there forever. He'd go mad in the membrane. FPS Doji says, can you reduce the bit cheer count to 250 because I'd love to cheer? I keep it the same as a donation. As I've said and explained many times before, like, I read chat, I read my chat, I like to communicate with you that way. It's not about like getting your message heard or anything. If you want to make a donation and support the channel, then you can do so, but it's not, you know, it's not an exchange for a message, so to speak. Sam Rapp says, X, many complex auto wither farms, yours today was so simple and easy, can't wait to build it. Are there really ones that are complex? I mean, I didn't know what would go into it. I just, when I started thinking about it, it's like, okay, assemble the wither, and then it's like, and then find something to contain it. I was thinking bedrock and vanilla, and then that shield does the rest of the work for you. So, yeah, I guess it probably was quite simple, wasn't it? And I wonder if you could do it without the bedrock even, maybe just contain the entire thing in a shield, but you got to place those blocks first. So, anyway, it's a cool little farm. Right, so we've got to think about, I think what I want to do now is try and change this block. So we're going to bring up Chisel, and I really wish that you could see these blocks here bigger. I wonder actually if that's an option, like if you could just scale them up, that would be so cool. Oh, I got a memory issue. Uh-oh. That's quite bad. What should I do? I'm going to have to close that. Right, when I get a memory issue, the game might all of a sudden crash, which we don't want. But there's not a lot that I can get rid of, really. There's not a lot I can get rid of. Okay, the game just might crash at some point. It's really irritating because my computer isn't using all of my memory. It's only using a smallish amount. So what one's this one? Blood rune. That sounds like something I don't know how to craft. So we're looking for textures to replace the stone in the floor. Maybe something that matches, like emerald blocks we can't use. Maybe something with sandstone. Make eye chisel, says Pro Iron Fist. What is eye chisel? Not heard of that one before. Not seeing a lot here. Screams and shout at me. What one's this? Limestone. Maybe it does work. Exoskeleton says restart client, refresh memory. Yes, but it takes 5 minutes to load it up. Diamond Slayer says hi X, just finished watching today's Hermitpack episode. Good timing. Now we're doing a Hermitpack stream. What we got here? Quartz. You can in theory craft that stuff. So that's your sandstone, right? Surely there's a texture there that would look really nice as this floor. Let's grab some sandstone. Someone said do the green prismarine. I have no prismarine though, is the problem. Okay, so we've got our sandstone. What we need is our chisel. And we need our wand of replacing. Swapping wands, that's the one. Where's the chisel at? Right there. So these are our options. We're basically looking at the top surface. I'm like leering my head in very close here. I wonder if there's one that's like a connected pane. Does it tell you? It doesn't really tell you, does it? Because we're probably, I think big tile is what we're looking for here. So if we grab this and do that, aha, that's actually exactly what we're looking for. I think that's gonna work. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be much better than the grey that we got going on here. And it's going to be nice and easy to replace as well, which is a bonus. Very good stuff. We'll have that one back then, and we've got to chisel loads more. By the looks of it, to do the entire room... Why is that sandstone bricks? Like, I pulled everything from the sandstone stack. That's really strange. Strap this back in here. Drysbo says, hello, I'm new on Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. Hope you enjoy your stay. Aha, we're going to have to mine more of this stuff from somewhere. I don't know where on earth we get it from, though. Like, we need a desert or something. I Love Cat says, yeah, I hate the grey stuff. Personally, I feel like it's actually okay. It's just, it adds another colour to the palette that I don't think is suitable as of yet. Right, so we're changing it all to big tile. Wasn't there like a... Oh, there, I see it. Okay, right. And now we just continue the swapping process. No Prismarine, it's time to make Octavoid R2, says Neon Bob. Yep, when you need Prismarine, make an Octavoid. That is the golden rule. This is cool. So, we don't have much of a topic today to talk about, but I was watching some Black Friday videos earlier today, and I gotta say, like, it is absolutely mental to watch how people go crazy for consumerism and shopping. But one thing, I don't know what you guys think about this. I think that one isn't a luminous block, by the way. You guys can let me know what you think about it. When I saw the videos of people like rushing into the stores and pushing each other over, I couldn't help but feel like it reminded me like of a mosh pit in a way. Like I felt like some people were there because they thought that was fun, like being in a crazy crowd, all going wild. That's what I thought. Yeah, look at that. It's just a regular Midori block. That's no good, is it? Let's go get some glowstone that's been painted. You can see it right there. Okay, so all of our stone could go back, but I'm going to hang on to it for a second. Let's go and replace our painted glowstone. Boom! Like that. Nice and bright and luminous now. And let's drink some tea as well. Got to sip on that tea. The Only Ralph says, geez, 1,000 viewers. We've got 1,000 viewers. That's amazing. Thank you, everyone. Smarter Nerd says, I got an Xbox for 200. Yes, they did. PlayStation and Microsoft did 200 quid deals on consoles. I got myself a PlayStation 4, which I don't think I'm going to use too much. I mainly brought it for playing with friends when they come around. And I also got myself a Steam Link as well. But I didn't go out to the shops to buy anything. I bought stuff over the internet. But the Steam Link, like, I used it today. It's really good. Like, you can just basically mirror your games to, like, a telly. And the latency was really minimal. It was hardly anything, which is cool. Magic Coop Magic says, I took your advice and practiced some more building, and now I'm a builder for a server. Awesome, congratulations. Patrick Soup says, why is chat going so slow, even with 1k viewers? It might be slow mode so I can read everything. And Smart Nerd says, yay, my first shout out. There you go. Well, it's a reply to a message. Nick Nasty TV says, the Steam Link is so laggy for me. I have the 5 megahertz. I have the 5 XP. The 5 megahertz Wi-Fi, so maybe that has something to do with it. Braden Hogg says, why is Black Friday called Black Friday? Why can't it be Green Friday or Pink Friday? I think there's actually a story behind why it's called that, so you can probably look it up. Delicious. iRemon says, X, I got to go now, but I watched the replay on your second channel. Keep the streams going. Thank you, buddy, for coming by and checking it out, and hope you enjoy the stream when it's uploaded to the second one. So that is better. That is definitely better. Okay, so now when it comes to the down here area, what I think I want to do is, I think I want to remove the sandstone. Now that sounds strange, but I want to make it feel like none of that's there. Now we could do that with a chiseled block going over like a strip across everything, and I want to get rid of the orange as well. When you come down here, I want it to be dark and industrial. We also need to visit the mesa to do some mining. And I think we'll do that now because it's a nice and easy task for me to do while I chat to all of you. Let's throw some things back in here first though. We're going to be able to access everything while we're working, so no problems about getting those back. There we go, and off to the mesa it is. Now apparently there is a waypoint It is 6,000 blocks away. I've got a feeling there's a nether portal to get there, so let's try that way. Also, we will do that. And I got a donation, by the way, a moment ago, from Simon B4 saying, you mentioned the new computer. Here is some towards it. I'm saving up for the new NVIDIA GTX 1080 640. Still got a way to go. Well, thank you for the donation, buddy. Appreciate it. It'll be a long time before I get a new PC, though. Like I said, I want to make it last at least a year. And then depending what I'm doing or what's happening in a year, it might not even be wise to do that then. I think right now, if I could upgrade the RAM on my computer without having to buy 2 new sets, I probably would. Now, usually when I buy a PC, I always get it so that the RAM takes up 2 slots instead of 4, because let's say you've got 16 gigs of RAM, that's 4 lots of 4, right? And what I would normally do is go, no, give me 2 lots of 8. But when I brought this, apparently I didn't do that, which is unlike me, because then I could go and put another bunch of RAM in. I think RAM is the only thing I would benefit from right now. So spawn portal is that way. Mining, see, it does have a portal over here. Excellent. Well, we will use that then, because that allows us to get here a lot quicker. Oh, we're now in Netherrack. Going spam click happy here. Crazy Lazy says it's chaos, so tried getting a TV, but nope. Got out while I could. Yeah, remember, you can order them online as well. It's crazy people go out to the shop and get in the fight when, you know, like there's all the deals are basically available online as well. And I bought a TV before Black Friday, and the price was pretty much the same. Another thing is that a lot of places have been busted for raising the prices on Black Friday, which I don't think they do for everything, but they certainly trick a few people with changing the price and calling it a sale. I mean, like I've said before, like the price you pay is the price you pay. Don't ever think, oh, it's 50% off, therefore I should buy it. It's like, if you think it's worth the money that's being asked for, that's the price, regardless of if it's on sale or not. You know, if it's something you've been planning to buy and you wait for it to go on sale, that's different. Dude, I think I'm getting stuck. I don't want to get stuck. I want to go out in the big open area. Does this lead to the big open area? It leads to an underground cave. Feels like an underground cave. And then a dead end. It's not very good. Where's the blob? Mining Mesa, 61 blocks away. I think we'll just dig there, yeah? No, wait. Base buddy, hi. Oh, I'm on fire. Right. Where is it? It's over there. 40 blocks away. Like, this has got to be the way to get there. So let's re-chat again. X, I think you would love Botania. It works extremely well with vanilla. Yeah, it looks like an interesting mod. When I learn it and know a bit more about it, I'll be more inclined to use it at some point. There we go. There we go. Hi. Right. We're going into this portal. The nether is just a big cave though, says Wither Piggy. That's true, the entire nether is just a big cave. Can't argue with that. It's got a roof, a ceiling. Technically it doesn't have walls, but whatever. Right, it's 200 blocks that way, that's correct. Rizadon says there are price tracking sites for a reason out there. Yeah, I use price tracking sites usually before I buy something on Amazon. I've noticed if you're on Amazon and you've been looking at something for a while, they put the price up, because they know you're thinking about buying it and they want to make more money out of you. So I always go and double check, and usually you see, oh look at that, they've raised the price, so I won't buy it. Anyway, this is what we came here for, yellow clay. I keep thinking orange, but it's not, because everything adds its own little tint, doesn't it? Is there anything good in here? Yeah. Nothing at all, really. Now someone's going to tell me, oh wait a minute, super rare, hard to get item in there. Ouija Ben says, liking this music. I like it too, that's why I put it on. This song though is my favourite on the record. Definitely my favourite on the record. A little bit of industrial metal going on. Hey X, I've been a long time viewer on YouTube channel and I've just recently started watching your streams. I'm too broke to donate or subscribe, but if ever I have the money, you can be sure I'll get a couple on me. Hey buddy, donations are not about that. If you don't have the money, don't feel any pressure to donate. It's It's completely optional. It's there to help me, but it's not essential, right? Like, the world of Assumer isn't going to fall apart if there isn't a donation, is what I'm saying. So don't feel no pressure. Also, thank you for coming along and checking out the stream today. Hope you're enjoying it and having a good time. We got a resubscribe for 7 months in a row from Spaceman Mark. I always like saying that. Spaceman Mark. Thank you for resubscribing, buddy. Appreciate the support. This is probably more than I'll ever need now. That's what I said last time I came here. We're getting a crazy amount though. Ponybutt says, also, X, did you have any luck with that dimension? No, I didn't. And it's something we could actually do. I think I'll save it for another stream. I'm not in a rush to do that. But like, I went to about another 10 of them. Didn't see anything again. I do wonder, like, what's the rate set to on this server. Dude, this stuff is everywhere, man. Let's get to a spot like this where we can just go in a straight line. That'll be nice and easy. Aquaterrano says, try using the ender block from Silic. I made some of those earlier. What does it do? How did you make the Hermitpack server? I didn't make it. Hypno and Scalder put it together. Well, Scalder's the pack admin and Hypno sorted us out actually having a physical server. Right, that's going to do just fine. For now, we're going to head back. I Love Cat says, what are you talking about? I'm now thinking, wait, what was I talking about a minute ago? That Pixel says, X, I've been meaning to ask, do you know any sites that would host a Hermitpack server? Cubed-host. Go to any one of my Hermitcraft videos, look in the description box, you'll find a promotional code. Ah, yeah, there isn't a waypoint. Apparently I can trade yellow clay in, says Missaloo. And the MMX is eat. Well, we've done that now. We've done our eating. Zakor says, who is Hypno and Scalder? Scalder is the pack admin, and Hypno is another member of the Hermitcraft community. If you'd like to know more about the other members of the Hermitcraft community, who, like me, are streamers and Let's Players and what's it, Mahoodles, you can go to hermitcraft.com and find out who's uploading videos and who's live on Twitch. I believe Hypno's live right now. Usually is. New viewer on here and on YouTube. Thanks for the entertainment, Asuma, says Nefers UK. Thanks for watching, buddy. Oh yeah, I made a waypoint for that. Right, Base Buddies Hub is where we're heading to. Wait, why are you eating a steak, says Tanderson. What was I eating before? Toast. I just haven't made any more toast. That's basically what's going on. I've been lazy, not making me toast. Okay, that'll do. Now we've got to navigate some obstructions. Oh, it looks close and then it's far away behind everything else. I believe we can get around here. Excellent, excellent. Excellent stuff. We're back. We're back. Back in black. Ponybutt says, if I remember correctly, the stim pack is on is one of the highest rarity items. Oh, okay. Demon Pixel says, if they added player meat to the game, would you eat it? I mean, it's a game. If it were good food, I'd eat it. I'd think, oh, that's a bit weird. Player meat? Ugh. Culp says, I saw floating gravel. It happens. It happens in the nether. Dark Monster says, hey, Asuma, nice to finally catch one of your streams. Love your videos. Thank you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it. Right, so now that we've got this yellow stuff, we are going to chuck a lot of it in there, yeah? How do we do this? Like that, that's how we do it. And we'll take 2 stacks of that, thank you. And we'll chuck these things in there. I love how easy it is to keep your inventory organised for this stuff. Okay, so speaking of organisation, we're going to put that back in here as well as the swapping ones. And Chisel will be retired for a moment. Pixel Lab says, I just joined, what did I miss? Great question. I've already forgotten all the things we did this stream, believe me. That is how the brain works. At least this brain. Tony Ralph says the stim pack is rare because they know Asuma will always try to get it. Yeah, that could well and truly be the logic behind why it's rare. Because X is going to do something, come up with some weird farm, do something insane to get hold of it. Kind of looks like I did a lot of this already. Oh no, I ran out. So this is going to be for the back area, which I think actually would come out all the way over here. Why am I not using a building wand? So brain just kicked in. It said X, X, what are you doing? Think. Oi. Oh, amazing. Cancer Olsen says, once Hermitpack was created, I subbed to nearly every hermit. Awesome! That's good to hear. Right, I hope you're enjoying being subbed, enjoying all the videos. That should be enough. Let's sip on some delicious Assam tea. Dark Monster says, the only thing is on your when is like 3 AM for where are you from X. I'm from the UFK, and right now it is 7 PM, if that's what you wanted to know. Paradad says brain smarts. Oh jeez, I should have used my brain smarts, of course. Thomas says, why the name Asuma? Thomas? Why the name Thomas? Hey? I'm joking. It's a name that I made up and gave to myself. I went, I need a name. It'll be Asuma. And the rest is history. Right. This is the way you're building modded. Should get a slap on the wrist for not doing this earlier. I was about to say this area doesn't have light now, but it does actually. The light sources are just there, so... Hi. Oh! You can take away? But only 2 blocks? That's... Oh. Oh, you take away the last thing that you did. So what if I do that? Is this now... Right. So it just remembers the last couple that you did. That's interesting. Let's try that again then. So now can I... take, but not that. Right, it remembers the last 2 things you did. That's really cool. I did not know that. That's a good thing to know, isn't it? I think it is. UFK says Lexbox. U of K. You know, like the US of A, it's the U of K. That's what I call it. If you disagree with me, well, you're right. It's not called the U of K. It's just the thing I did. James Shopland says it's undo X. Yep, we've established that now though. Would you ever consider playing smaller games like the .io games, says Cancelson. Yeah, absolutely. I just yet to find one that looks like I want to play it. I think the last one I played of those was a little tanks game, and that was a lot of fun. But I never streamed it or anything. Right, so now this little back area here looks a lot more acceptable. And how do we get down to the area below is what I'm thinking. Like, what is our official means of saying we want to go down there? Get out of it, you little scamps! Okay. So we have... I feel like an elevator thing would be cool here. But then we want that in the middle of our base. Really unsure. So we could actually put some of these steps going down here. And then... it wouldn't really give you a choice. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm sort of thinking at the moment that you could keep walking and then go down to either side. So if we were to do that, it would mean that the area down below would be expandable in that direction and that one, which would restrict the Tinker Smeltery over there. That sounds like the way to do it. If my arming and ahhing sounds strange, I'm doing stuff in my brain, I'm figuring bits and bobs out. That's what the sound of what you're hearing is. Let's use the Paxel here. And it would go back one more, and I got this horrible feeling that's going to be path blocks, and we wouldn't be able to change this stuff. Maybe we should think, rather than big open staircase, maybe we should be thinking a little bit more modded, so to speak, like we can fly. Let's try something different. JG says your Agar.video is one of the most viewed ones. Quite ironic, actually. Well, yes, and I'd say it isn't ironic. It isn't ironic, but... well, it is ironic. In one respect it isn't, in one respect it is. Like, yeah, you do Minecraft for years and years, and then you make this other video and it becomes the most popular one. But at the same time, it was like I made a guide on how to do something right at the boom of its popularity, and you know, that just meant it fit into a niche. You know, it was something people were looking for, and you made it, so it got filled up with views. You can use chisel and bits, says Sir Gillian. Yes, but I was thinking more space rather than... yeah, I know we can use chisel and bits. I was picturing it like this, okay? Everything so far can be accessed vanilla. You know, you can walk into it, you can walk around, walk down here, and then I was thinking you walk into this space and go down either side, which would probably look best. But what we could also do I think actually flush would look better, is that, except this is a drop down into the area below. Okay, so we're no longer doing the regular vanilla way of doing, sorry, vanilla? Yeah, vanilla. Like the open walkabout way. We're now going to change it up a little bit. So if we fill in all of this stuff, I need I need some blocks that don't fall on your head right about now, because we're going to have to put some sand here. Right, that's all been filled in nice. Okay, so that, yeah, that really fits the way it goes over like that. I can't help but feel this wall could do being pushed back a little bit, but we won't mess around with that. And then you drop down into this area, which is too low or not built at the right height. Future Pin says you got tons of items. Yes. Yes, I do. No! Diamonds must always be the top item. What is going on, Solidified Experience? I'm going to have to throw you away. I'm joking. It's just what I want to do. Jory says there are no elevator blocks in the mod pack. You could use, question mark. There are elevator blocks, I believe. I hadn't got that far. I was thinking literally floating because we can float. But yeah, that's something, I guess. Right, we need a non-fall down block at the back there. What do we have? Nothing. Sandstone. Okay, so once again on this side, pop down here to get into this area. Very good stuff. Now this is going to be where our storage goes. We're going to do a lot of stuff down here. Rocky Avalon's in chat saying, use the RF Tools elevator. Simple to make. Is it? Is it though, Rocky? Because in my experience, you go to craft it, then you need to craft 100 other things, and then you go to use it, and then you need to craft something else to make it work. If it doesn't work by me placing it on the ground and it becoming an elevator, then it's probably not practical for a stream. Booster? What does it boost? Oh. Like, does it boost, like, up into the air? Let's do this with elevator. Doesn't look like that, honestly, to me. This machine needs to be placed at a certain leveling point towards where a moving platform will be. Only the lowest elevator needs power. That does not sound like something easy to do on a stream, to be honest. Elevate and button module. I don't know what the module's for. It's quite hard to make, but extremely cool, says Awu. Awu, I've got a feeling that my definition of hard is the same as yours, so we won't bother with it. Coolio, Coolio. Hi! Get out of my base. If you don't get out of my base, you get a shuriken to the face. Right. This is much better so far. Now, we want to really nail down the industrial vibe. I think the sandstone walls down here are going to have to go. And I think the only thing that really stays are the Midori pillars. So what I'm going to do is now cover up the ceiling. We need to build a new palette, and I think to do this I want to go into creative mode because it could take me a long time if I'm not. Can I find my way to my area? Because we're at the land of giggles is where we're at over here. Oh, I got a low memory error again, and that happened after I logged, which is very worrying. I'm gonna exit some other programs that are running, which means I can't pause my chat. I could also get rid of Discord. That doesn't need to be running. That does. That can go. Right, that is really. Yeah, we're near the land of giggles. Oh dear. Considering I only want to look at blocks, I think we'll just stay over here in Pony's base. Who Ems is online. Oh, and look at that. 33 HP instead of the other thing. Right, so we can get rid of all of this stuff. That's where I was doing research. And we can look at the chisel. At the chisel mods. Okay, and we have... Right, we've already been using... Oh, that's aluminium. And also, by the way, I've got a resubscribe for 2 months in a row from Palp84. Thank you for resubscribing, my friend. James Shopland says, do any pro players know how I can trunk load a dimension? I know how you can. Search loading ward. Okay. And you will also need to search contractor or contract. Okay. Right, and the villager that needs to go in the golden lasso, that needs to have signed a contract, which you do by clicking the contract on villagers. So you'll fly around clicking on one until one lets you sign it. and then that's the one that you put in the golden lasso. And that'll make loads of sense if you're looking at the ward and how you craft it. And if you're not, you're probably going to assume, well, what are you on about? Stop being a nutter. Oh, I like this song. This one's cool. Right. Purple blocks look amazing. So, what if we go industrial? I find as good as these ones look, a lot of them are kind of ugly. Like when you start to build with them. That's my experience of those industrial ones. Every time I see Iskall building with the industrial blocks, I'm like, how does he do it? Like, why is this looking good? When I do it, it looks pretty rubbish. So, we can make blocks of iron, and I'm not sure what ones are going to look best. It's all about that experimentation. There's so many blocks to work with. And what's going to look good with green? Actually, I feel like maybe I should have just stayed in there and worked with what we got. Factory blocks again are going to be key. Well, what's that one? Tin? No, I don't really think there's actually too much for us here. Let's go back into the Hermitcraft world. I think there's not a lot of options, to be fair. Mother Reackle says I was going to get a Patreon subscription as a Christmas gift. But now I don't have quality internet or a decent computer, so it goes. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I hope you can get a good computer and a connection back. Whoa, hey! My mouse has lost focus. So we're going to put stone around the top here. I think we're going to just do something simple like stone. We can hide this unfortunate cobblestone and everything else at the same time. But we won't get connected textures, which is the big problem I'm thinking of. No, we won't. Coca-Cola says, hey, assume a random question. Have you heard about the Shaughnessy tragedy? I have not. I don't particularly watch the news though, so I do not know too much about what's going on around the world, I guess. Right, we'll have all of those. Sometimes we just need it to stay in the same place. But it's moving around. Right, and what else can we chisel this to? Right, I think zigzag might actually... let's just mess around with this one, because if this one works, I think it will work. We want to see if it works or not. Right. We need a bag. We'll take a couple though. And we need our chiseling thing, which is here somewhere. Should be. Is it now in this bag? Yes, it is. Why do I have rotted flesh? I do not need rotted flesh right now. I don't like shift-clicking things into there when you're like holding, or sorry, the items are like next to something good. Aqua Tyranno says, go industrial, try steel blocks with chisel. Steel is not cheap for me. It's one of those blocks I'm yet to farm. I believe Iskall is doing that though. Right, so what we want is connected pane, which is selected. Okay. Right, we're left with one. It's going to create a tile, I know it. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. Single bit, no. Large cube, no. Connected pane. Right, and I don't think that's going to look very nice. So let's try it with... Let's have a look at what's going on with some of these other ones. Because some of them will probably work like that. And I think the zigzag one might by default. I think I'm going to try that one. Right, in order to know though, we can observe its behaviour. So if we place it, we get that one. Right, that to me says that it's per position in the world, which means it should possibly work with this. So we would see a pattern like that, which would remove the whole... Where's the... Aha, there it is. It would remove the whole... I was going to say illusion, but it's not really. Right, let's place the rest of these until there's none left. And then you've got to reassemble the block to get it back. So now we go... Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? I should have removed them with this. And now place them back with this. And now it's a normal block. Good. Right, let's try it with this then. I feel like I'm saying things in half measures. Hopefully everything I've said makes sense. Right, we will now find out. Oh no! It keeps it, even though... Ah, dang it. That's not very good, is it? Well, we're going to turn it back into a full block. Break up the other bits. Cool, and then we get that back. So no, we won't use either of those textures. That's unfortunate. Caljibot says, that music is so relaxing, can you tell me the title? It's written on your screen, my friend. It is Orang Out of This World. It is some quality dungeon synth. So we want something that's tileable. I mean, regular stone might be the one to go with here. Maybe we should think about iron. Let's have a look at iron. We've also got this down here, by the way, which I have been neglecting. Ion, 150 of those. Let's put it in a chisel, see if there's something that can repeat as a pattern. And be subtle is probably... That might go very well with the Midori texture. Let's try this one now. And let's put it next to it. Oh, it's a bit contrast heavy, or like it spans from dark to light a lot, you know? It's not very smooth. I think we need something a lot more smoother. Okay, so then we place the... Oh, you are not supposed to be a single bit. Connected plane. Why did it change? What? That's a connect... So there it won't place as a connected plane. That is very odd, to say the least. And it will probably make life difficult for us. Okay. And it did it again. Why are you not doing that? Connect... Block of iron. Plane. Connected plane. Maybe you just need plane. Oh. Weird. Does that work here? Yeah. That means it'll work there. Yeah. Too contrast heavy, don't you guys agree? Don't you agree? The chicken dudes, or ducks, says, hey X, what about purple blocks? I don't think purple's going to work. I think green is going to be the only colour. Everything else has got to be grey and industrial. Maybe something rustic could go up there, actually. And let's have a look. Mad Underdog says, hi Sumo, I'm eating pepper noten. You probably won't notice that, what it is, but my fellow Dutchies will know how tasty it is. I do not know what it is, and your fellow Dutchies probably do know. They know more than me. Right. I feel like the least contrasty looking texture is either that one, or maybe this one here. Does this one connect is what I want to know. It doesn't, that's fine. There's a little bit of purpley blue in there as well. Not sure I'd like that. I think stone really might, but it doesn't connect, does it? Jelly Carrot says it looks really weird to me. Too much texture, I think, says Sweaters. With the what? Wait, where did I remove all of that stuff? I do not remember removing it all. Put it back into a block form. Doesn't work, does it? We will be patient though. I wonder if there's a stone one like that. There should be. There really should, and there is. Okay, this might be our block. If I were ever confident about which block it is, it would be this one. Already it looks good. Okay, and is there one more? There is. Now it cuts off a little bit at the top there, but I think you'd get away with that overall. Alright, so let's try that. We need to get that chiseled bit down here. What do y'all think to that? I think that's the one that's going to work right there. I really do think that's the one that works. I can see it working. What about all of you? It needs a couple of things done to it. It can't be flat all the way across. Just wondering if we could use the Midori a little bit to break it up. Too much grid texture, says a half Monty Nun. We can never please everyone. We will never please everyone. You are right, it is probably too much of that. All of this stuff, by the way, is going to go down here. This is something we can tear away. The room's going to be lower down, so that's going to be higher up. I think the real big problem is it just can't be flat and open, which is kind of what we're heading for. So if we move this down and remind ourselves we're going to be lower when we look at it, it should give us some hints as to where to break stuff up. And we need some sort of vent blocks going in there, I reckon. Which we don't have a lot of room to put anywhere because the Midori blocks take up so much space. Looks like more like a floor texture, to be honest, says 25 AO. Yeah, I could agree with you on that one. Definitely more for a floor than a roof, isn't it? How do we build roofs? Too little grid structure, says the only Alf. Not quite sure what that means. Cyberdice says, yeah, hardened stone bricks is a great suggestion. Hardened stone? These ones... Hardened clay? No, it's hardened... There's hardened stone. Hardened stone tiles. Hardened stone bricks. How do we make them? Hardened stone made out of that stuff. Oh, okay, here's a recipe for it. It would be darker, basically, wouldn't it? Let's go make some of that. I like the sound of that. What is your view on Brent? If you mean the movie with Ricky Gervais, I haven't seen it yet. I'd really love to because I love The Office, love that character. He's hilarious. I'm gonna love that movie. I know it. It's good. ISO Desset says, assume it has 66 levels, nothing special. Literally, I mean it's modded Minecraft and I've got 66 levels. On vanilla I walk around with like 300 most of the time. Let's have a look. So, oh no, we're looking at it right here. We want to make that. So we can craft it. Then we close that. Cool. Nice, now we've got 2 stacks of it. And then, is it, oh it goes back. Do we chisel it? How did you do it? How did you make the things 4 together? They do look very cool, these ones. Emscow says, hey boss, soon there'll be a thing that you were talking about, Scouter, before. And peeps started our questions, and now I have to make a long post so you will notice it. And now I have to make it even longer because you'll keep on ignoring us. But the thing is, can mods post links to Scouter's YouTube channel? Yeah, you can post links to his channel. But I do not know what the thing you're on about was. Like, what is this mysterious thing? I haven't got a clue. It's a little bit more textured. That's about it, though. You could probably mix the two together, actually. Probably go alongside each other quite well. So now we can put the plane... yeah, you could throw a few of those in for variants. Cool. What other ones? What are these called again? They have a name? Tiles. Let's put in... tiles. Who got tiles? Well, there's lots of tiles. Which ones match our colours? That does. Andesite tiles. Amazing. We're going to build a palette of tiles, peeps. And then everyone's going to tell me it looks like it's in the wrong place. There's actually another experiment I want to run. Andesite, chiseled stone, which is what we're using. And that appears to be it. So maybe andesite we throw in there as well. Okay. So the other experiment I wanted to run is with industrial blocks. I think we're done with that stuff. And those. Ooh, I'm pretty sure I should have some industrial blocks in here. What are they called then? Are they called mechanical or... Nope. Nope, they not. Let's flick through here a little bit until we see them. Why? I feel like I've skipped over them. That's... No, they're not there. I've gone part... I'm really confused. I'm being a silly right now. Jeez, there they are. Factory. Oh, that's all I needed to know. Factory, thank you. Factory blocks is the name of the game. So these ones are also blocks that I feel like might fit in this area. Like coming across like vents. But they are just not going to fit in with what the Midori stuff is doing, right? Like there's no... Because there's space 2 apart, which always looks awful. Maybe not all of the Midori pillars should continue at this point. Maybe we should like eliminate some of them. I also aware that I got a noise in my ear. We have a new subscriber. It is Whittle. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate the support. We also have a donation here, noise in the ear, from Emma Lou with a love heart. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate the support as always, and I hope you are enjoying the stream today. Having a good time watching me derp and build. Building is a slow process for me, especially in modded, I think. Mad Underdog says, do you mean factory blocks? Mad Underdog, where were you 5 minutes ago? It wasn't that long ago. Could have done with your help then. Okay, let's try this. Oh, actually, should I be taking out... Are the corner ones going to be more... Yeah, I think actually the corner ones are the effective blocks. It's the ones either side that aren't good. Make sure we get this right. Okay, so we're going to... Hi. Like that, yep. So that creates quite a big space for vents and things to be at. This is going. There's going to be nothing there. And then we bring it all the way down. Lotus says make a Midori border like 3 pixels wide. I cannot quite envision what you mean. Midori border, where would the border be? Above, below? Mr. Caboose says, hey, extras came to the stream, what are you doing? We're renovating our basement. It didn't look that great down here. I kind of rushed into building it. You've got to take your time with these things. Got to take your time and enjoy the process a little bit as well. To be fair though, like, I feel like the palette isn't so great, but that's usually the problem I struggle with. Once I put some rules down about what I'm doing, they like confine me a little bit, and sometimes it works really well. Like this season of Hermitcraft, I said the roofs must be, you know, made out of clay, and that worked great. But it also gave me a lot of flexibility. I mean, we were working with one thing and it looked good with clay. Whereas down here, I've given myself a group of blocks which I like together, but I don't feel like anything I've built with it so far is that great. You know, yellow, brown and green, and a little bit of orange as well. It's not the most appeasing of palettes. So down here, we're changing it up now. We're going to keep the green, but the green is the only thing that will remain that's colourful here. So the way that's been spaced out, I think... Is that the same distance? 4 blocks. 5. It's not. We're not going to put a middle pillar in. We'll keep the green to a minimum. So now, can our factory blocks wrap around and become ventilation pipes of some sort and look reasonable? Right, it's just going to come to there. So it's going to be like a grid. So maybe, yeah, actually a grid is good. I feel like a grid is very good actually. Grids are always decent. I feel like actually this is going somewhere for once. So we'll make a little section out of this area here and then decide if we like it or not. How does that sound? I don't like modded Minecraft, says Drysbio. That's a shame. I used to hate modded Minecraft. I used to think it was rubbish, but over time I've been sort of turned on to it quite a bit. One of the things that's really helped me get into modded Minecraft is building, which is what we're doing right now, because there is just so many more options, and that's one of the things where I think Minecraft can't go wrong, is giving builders more options. I mean, building's immensely fun, and it kind of revolves around having options, doesn't it, you know? The more options, the better. The more textures, the better. Can't really go wrong with that. Emily Doodoo says, grid is great, grid is good, grid is great. Awesome, I'm glad you approve. Swiss Piplup says maybe the pillars could become a little thicker using chisel and bits. They could become thicker, yeah. Yeah, they could be like big beefy pillars, couldn't they? That's maybe something I want to consider. Let's do this next step though. We're going to work with 3 different sets of tiles. So very quickly my inventory here is going to get messy, which makes me think, let's chuck, do I need the Witherless Rose right now? Probably not. Probably don't need the Builder's ones. There's more blocks there I can see that are not essential. Sand isn't essential, jeez. Get out of here, sand. Right, andesite, where art thou? I see it. And it is that one there. Tiles, cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our 3 different tiles, and we're going to mash them down with this. Small cube, why have you changed? Why have you changed? I just wanted a bit of... do you know what I could actually do here? Is if we go like that, that's quicker to remove. Oops, I removed some stone. Right, and now we've got to find the one that's stone and put it back. Boom. Oh, like that. Good. Right, that's back to normal. Now everything else here are our 3 different things. So when we place them up here, we're going to do it like this. We're going to shuffle about. Okay, next one gets to go in a few places. like that, and then the last one goes in all the other spots. And maybe we'll just throw one of those there. And that is really good! Oh, I forgot the bit in the middle. That's actually really good. No, I'm totally down with that. I'm down with the clown, homie. Check it out. That works. Jeez, does that work? And I feel like, actually, in this corner we should remove that one, which we'll do by punching it. Bam, go away. And we will replace a little bit of factory block. I reckon we need like a light coming down there. Ooh, not sure if I like the way it does that. I really liked. I like the way that was around there. Oh. Creeper Face says Immersive Engineering has gorgeous diesel generators. Try them out. How do you spell Is it diesel? Diesel. That's an alright texture. I don't think that's where we're going though. The Asian boy says that looks dope, yo. I added the yo. That's beautiful, says I love cats. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10, says Sweaters. Jeez, 11 out of 10. That's the best rating I ever got. Thanks. Right, oh no, we're breaking stuff. I actually think that I wish all of this was just in by one block. Maybe a bit of a weird idea here. Like, what if we didn't go for that and we went for something like this? Okay, now bear with me because it's going to look odd. Very odd. So then we break these ones. Not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about it. Right, now we know where we're heading with all of this. Let's just keep building it, right? And then when you've got lots of it built, you can look at each of the different sides and then see which one looks best. That's something I've done a lot actually with building. Is like when you get to that point where you sort of know where it's going, you can start to expand it and then experiment with each of the different bits and compare them side by side. Full Symmetry says my base is laggy all of a sudden. Anyone else having issues? We haven't experienced any. Nah, this is kind of normal. Not sure what's going on over there then. X, have you played game... X, you played Game Dev Tycoon, and if I recall, you got an 11 out of 10 once. I'm not sure. Can you get 11 out of 10 on that game? Oh, I love this song. I love this song. The Saddest Witch. No, The Children of Frozen Forest. It sounds similar to The Saddest Witch, I'm sure. I'm going to turn this one up. No, this is the one. This is the one that I do it every stream. I'm like, oh, I love this song. And then I turn it up. Jeez. Some of you are face palming right like he's doing it again. Does this every time. Turns up this song. This one song. Oh, it's great. It's really great, this song. It's a little plain. It's just a little plain, okay? That's got more pizzazz about it, but it doesn't match up. And this one, we lose that neatness with the window. Is it the most important thing ever to have that neatness? That's how we're going to do it. I think that will work better. I Love Cats says, yeah, this is the one. It's an awesome tune to listen to. I love music like this. I love this, like, this fantasy sort of from another world music. It's so visual. Pepper Note from Holland says, Peppernoten are a treat that we eat in Holland. When Sinterklaas comes, something like Santa, but you don't get any presents under the tree, we place a shoe in front of the door and we get presents in it. That's cool. Do you have really big shoes? Because that's what I'd be doing. If I were a kid, I'd be thinking, alright, Santa puts presents in the shoe, I'm going to get a big shoe. I'm going to claim that I need a big shoe. Right. Oh, no, you are a connected plane. Boom. Off you go. Ooh, I like the way that turns down there. Hey, maybe that's like another element we could add to this, that like some of it is a bit beefier like this. That will add a lot. That will add a lot, I'm telling you right now. I think that will add a lot. It kind of makes me think that the whole thing should be lower, but no, that will add a lot. So we'll do it over here as well, where our corner bit is. And now we need more of those beautiful factory blocks. Someone call the storage area thing and say, factory blocks, more please. Right, okay. There we go. There we go. Hi, there we go. And wasn't there another one? There you are. Trying to hide away, sneaky. We see ya. I Love Cat says, lol, cheeky X. I have size 50, so yeah, I get a lot of gifts. I don't know what size 50 is, because I have big feet and it's size 11 here. Enchanted Forest music, says Swiss Piplup. Literally what we're listening to. Music of the Enchanted Forest, right here. That's looking great. And they should definitely go back behind this space as well, because we're not done with this room. And soon we'll get to really kind of preview it, so to speak, because we've done a nice big section of that. That's great! That's really great! But this bit here is going to be different, isn't it? We decided to go with that one. So that means a few more blocks. Uh-oh, I've changed my chisel bits, which I don't like to do. We want to connected plane. Cool. Right, I'm going to change the volume of the music again. Boom. Back down to normal. Tom says, I'm size 15 UK, struggle to get shoes. I can imagine, man. That's massive. That's like flippers. You should do swimming. Like, honestly, you've been given a gift. Go swimming. Let's place this just to see, because I feel like that might be too close to the other ones. It's really not that bad. So then we just have to have some epic light source here, like lava that's, I don't know, held off by a grid or something with some particle effects that will drop down. That's what I'm thinking for that side. Now we just got to repeat this all over the place and then fill in all of those blocks, really. That's kind of the success formula here for this room. We'll probably run out of blocks while we're doing it. I'm going to clean up all of this stuff now. Hypernova says they seem a bit bulky. Could you try and take out the four corners on the posts? Oh yeah. I don't think that'll work. I can tell you now, I dislike it immediately. I feel like the way it wraps around the connection is its charm. That's what's making it work. Remember, this is going to be lowered, this floor, so it will have a little bit of height comparison going for it, or something like that. That's seriously epic, though. Let's leave this half of the room alone a little bit compared to this side over here. Let's get all of this finished, so then we can look at one side of the room and be like, yeah, this is good. And then do it across the whole thing. We got a resubscribe for 2 months in a row from Plain Jane Othor. Thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Swiss Piplup says, do you have any animated fan blocks? Maybe place them inside the vents. Yes, that's a cool idea, actually. I do have some of those. I just chiseled them back into this stuff, though, didn't I? So then in the wall here, whatever we make the texture out of, we should probably have a little bit more of this going on. Ad Hawk, how do I say it? Ad Hoc Grad Hawk says, hey X, you're using unnecessary factory blocks that are totally hidden in the pillars and you're kind of running low. They're not unnecessary because they connect the textures together. Also, this stuff is super cheap to build. In fact, they're necessary more than they are not unnecessary because they connect the texture up. Bam. Looking good. So that's half the room done. Now what we've got to do is put in all of these panels. I want to start off with this bit though. I've already done a couple of those. Nice. In fact, we can just go around and do the whole thing, really. Sometimes it's good to put them next to each other as well. Don't ever forget to do that. That can be important. And our third one. That totally works. That totally works. Another thing we could do is chisel these blocks and get rid of the side of the... Actually, no, it would ruin the connected texture aspect of those blocks if we modified the sandstone or the glass. Manfred says, how do you read comments? With my eyes and my brain. Nuclear Meltdown says, powered light from Ender.io. Ooh. Ooh. Powered light. Ender.io. Powered light, hold shift. Lights a large area when supplied with power and in a redstone signal. And lights a large area when supplied with power, turns off with redstone signal. Okay. Wireless, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, I like the sound of that. Oh, oh wait, no. Wireless powered light. That one's better. But you need wireless powered light inverted. Oh, wait, I'm confused. I was going to avoid making something like that. Wait a minute, that was only part of it though. Let's go back to that. So this, that's cheap. That's actually pretty cheap. Should we go make it and investigate and check out and see what's happening? X, can you chisel lava? I believe you can chisel lava blocks, but not lava. Do bags are holding work like shulker boxes, says Thomas Grillo. Yeah, kind of, except they're a bag, but not a block that you place down. Okay, so... we came here to craft. We're going to craft, I tell ya. Enderman head, solarium. I do believe I'm out of solarium, actually. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. We've got to make some solarium. Oops. How do we make it again? Gold and soul sand. Let's take half a stack of that and some gold. Chuck it in the mix. Right, in you go. Do you have a schedule, says Thomas NL. I do. You can see it below the video. Like if you go lower down on the page on Twitch, you'll see my schedule, which will be even days this month and next month. You can chisel lava, but you need a special tank X, says Eminivab. Messed that up, didn't I? Can use chisel lava, but you need a special tank. Oh, I can chisel lava. Did not know. Okay, so we need 2 solarium. 2 enderman, no, 1 enderman head. Got a lot of those, haven't I? 14k. Some silicon. And what was the other one? I'll tell you what, I'm going to get 2 stacks of sand while I'm at it. What was the other one? Vibrant alloy? Yes, it was. So the sand is to make more silicon. I always do that because I ever seem to be running out of that stuff. Then over here we can put... Wait, I only got 1 silicon. What? Doesn't make sense. Let's get another one. And then the solarium at the top. Very cool. Nice. They are kind of expensive, the wireless ones, now that I think about it. Does every other day mean once in 2 days, says Thomas. Yeah, it means every other. So today yes, tomorrow no. Today yes, tomorrow no. Like that. Every other day you will find me on here. So tomorrow you won't, but the day after that you will. Lotus says, check Ren's place X to see what I'm talking about. I do not know to what you're referring, because I didn't see your previous message, but Ren's base is gorgeous, I love it. Let's have a look. We need to just tell it to make the thing, didn't we? Which it can do, and then it can do it like that. Awesome. Apparently I already had some of those. Did I? Ender resonators? Maybe just the one. I had 1 extra. Well, I didn't have to craft that, but I did. It's happened now. So this thing will wirelessly use power to emit its light. And we could hide it in here. It's kind of boring. That's. It looks like it should be placed on a block, to be fair. Like, I was about to say a fan block, but actually that'll look odd. Let's go and... Oh, we could do it with this, possibly. Like that one. The colours won't match, but let's try it. Let's move the wireless terminal for a second. Right. Like that kind of actually fits in, and then you put... Right, but it's not... Does it need to be inverted? Let's read about it. Let's read about it. Needs a redstone signal. Jeez! We need a torch. What's going on? I'm going to look at chat. Everyone's going to tell me. Why am I eating when I've got the wireless grid open? Like, is that automatically eat for me? Just the one torch. That's all we need. Okay, let's try it. Ooh! Me like that. That's cool. Leolair says, I love this song. I love this song too. It's the beginning of Anti-Future. Ebank says, oh, Asuma, check out the floodlight from Immersive Engineering. Floodlight now? Let's try the floodlight. Is that the floodlight? It is. Does this require stuff? Oh, oh no! Oh no! Look at that! It's a never-ending tunnel of crafting. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I really like to make some more progress with this. Let's fill in all of this stuff right here. Let's get this place looking amazing. Oh no, you didn't. It needs to be connected plane. It just needs to be plain, doesn't it? Bam! I think we're using the last of them now. Oh, and these are poorly placed, poorly distributed. Have I really not used... I seem to have loads more of those ones than the other ones, it feels like. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's one extra block's worth. Let's just mix it into here. The whole thing can be imperfect, it's fine. How's that? I'm expecting to run out. There we go. Okay. We're mixing the rest of it in a moment. Invert the lights, says Evil Notion. I think you're a little bit late. Reindeer Momos says the never-ending story of crafting, indeed. Emilo Didu says, when is the next UHC? My wife is obsessed. I was going to say this weekend. I can't do this weekend, possibly. I won't know until tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll probably know if I can do it this weekend or not. There you go, there's your answer. Stay tuned. Ear to the ground. Literally. No, not literally. Crazy Lazzy says, can you suggest some good servers to play on? Well, I can suggest my patron server for modded or for vanilla, but otherwise I don't really know any others apart from, you know, there's the other patron servers in the Hermitcraft community. Let's... What am I doing next? I was coming... What was I looking in the wireless grid for? Oh, yeah. I remember. I wanted to just fill in this. Yuck! Fill in the gap. Is there not a gap on that side? Okay. Apparently there's not a gap on that side. Right, so what we're going to do now is... let's do a large area, so go for 6 of each. Okay, andesite, hardened stone, and regular. Cool. So place them all down, then we've got to chisel the entire thing. So we use draw region on this, I reckon. Is that how we do it? Is there a draw region one? I'm pretty sure there is, right. So from that, all the way down to there. Oh, and I missed a bit. That is super quick. Super quick way to do it, right? Hey X, what are you doing, says Bowie. We are decorating the basement of our storage area. Bam, there we go. Another one done. Right, I want to move that there so the chisel bits go into the space. Come on, a little bit more. Oh, we ain't got room for that. We just have to pick it up as we go along here. We better get started. Then placing some more of these. And that's kind of the deal. You can hear them getting picked up by the magnet every time we place something. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let's do this corner. I'm going to do 6 at a time. There we go, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that leaves us with 3 tiles left, exactly, so it's 7 each for this little section. Cool, we haven't picked up all of those yet, better keep on the move. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. Not the most exciting thing, I know. 1, 2. I was just thinking, I haven't heard the chisel bits get picked up. And that's right on the hour as well. I've got a feeling that might be a like normal reset. Lotus247 says, "Hey X, I was wondering if you know of another way to send powerful other than dimensional transceiver." Ah, another way to send power. And not really. That's what I've been using, I guess. Nuclear Meltdown says block randomizer. That's, well, if that's the thing, I don't know what it does. But that's kind of what we were doing. We're randomizing blocks, blags, bloogs. I don't know what I'm saying. We also have a new subscriber, by the way, Horse Lover. Thank you for... It's not spelt like that. It's not spelled like horse. It's like horse. I don't know. Horse Lover. Thank you for subscribing. Funny name. No rush. Have a sip of tea, says Swisspitblup. Sip of tea it is. Cold tea. Delicious, disgusting. Oh my goodness me. Last night when I walked down the stairs, I missed the bottom step. Like I thought it was gone when it wasn't. And I fell into the wall. I was alright. And a little bit of tea splashed up me because I had a tea and I drank almost all of it, or so I thought. And I spilled it over a magazine I was holding, so I cleaned that up. And then today I looked at the wall and there's tons of tea all over it, like everywhere. And I'm like, oh no! And I started cleaning it and it stained a bit. Oh, but I didn't think I had a lot of tea in the cup, you know. Hey X, are you ever gonna upload City Skylines again? I'm watching everything back and I really like it, says Natalie. I am not sure if I will again. I would love to, but I feel like there's not enough interest in it to justify doing it. And my computer is low on memory. I literally have to now restart the game, is what it's telling me. That really sucks because we just got distracted there. Do you know what? I think I might just end it here. My voice is getting a little tired. I've got other things to do, and I wasn't going to stream for too much longer, and now the game's crashing left, right, and centre. Yeah, we'll call it that, peeps. I hope you've enjoyed it today. Hope you don't mind this abrupt ending, but that's going to be it from me. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for subscribing, resubscribing, donating, cheering, all that good stuff. Thank you to all of you for hanging out in chat. Hit the follow button if you haven't done so already, and let's also check if we can do a raid. Hypno or False might be streaming. Let's have a look. Let's have a looky-loo. Stick around if you want to stream. Yeah, let's raid False. She's streaming on Symmetria. Alright, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Thank you as always. See you next time. Bye-bye.